The Seattle Seahawks are doubling up on the interior of the offensive line with their sixth-round pick at 179 overall, selecting offensive guard Sataoa Laumea out of the University of Utah. Let's tell you all about the newest member of the Seattle Seahawks. Stands at 6'4" and 1/4, 319 pounds. This is a big fella, folks. And some value here for the Seahawks. We have him as the number 140 overall player. He slides to 179 and the number 11 offensive guard in this year's draft. The scouting report, smooth mover with strong foot quickness and natural power, strong balance to mirror opponents well, struggles to deal with longer opponents due to shorter arms. This is somebody that's got a lot of experience in his college career. 1,200 plus snaps at the right guard position and 1,700 plus snaps at the right tackle position. Now, for what he's looking for at the National Football League, with the ability to play both positions, and you can see a lot of experience playing both positions, it sounds like that he's more likely to play guard in the NFL, especially in the Seahawks situation, a very competitive room when it comes down to seeing who's going to get playing time in those guard spots for Seattle. More zone than gap blocking. And how about this? The most important stat of all, no sacks allowed this past year with the Utah Utes, but tons of pressures he did allow. His grades, according to PFF, out of 803 snaps, an overall grade of 65.4, a pass blocking grade of 54, and a run blocking grade of 58.7. And you look at his resume, his time at the University of Utah, most recently in 2022 was named a All Pac-12 first-team selection. He's also been a two-time second-team All Pac-12er back in 2020 and most recently in 2023. He did have an extra year of eligibility this year, but ultimately opted to come out early for the NFL Draft, not use that COVID year with Utah. And the experience, that to me is just the big thing that we're talking about here, is somebody that started every game in 2020, started 13 games in 2023, 14 games the year following, and then started every game this year as well. I mean, he's been very consistent throughout his career being available. And you talk about a potential slide of sorts, a steal for the Seahawks. We had in our scouting department here at Chat Sports a 4th to 5th round grade on Sataoa. And the Seahawks were able to find him here in the 6th round. To me, that's some very good value for the Seahawks to be able to get this pick and to find him when they did and felt position of need. And I like it from John Schneider to really double up on that position on the interior of offensive line, which was such a weakness for the Seahawks entering this offseason, to go after it guns a-blazing, basically. You bring in Laken Tomlinson. Now you have a couple of guards you've drafted as well. They are not sitting back. They're going all in to try to take care of this position and put their best foot forward. So what's your one-word reaction to the Seahawks drafting Sataoa Laumea? What do you guys think of this pick? Give me your one word. My one-word reaction is solid. This feels like a solid pick by the Seattle Seahawks. Weigh in the comment section and let us know what you think of this move by Seattle here. All right, let's go to the Athletic's Dane Brugler, what he had to say about the pick. He said, Laumea is at his best, leveraging gaps in the run game, although movement patterns flaws as a pass blocker requires NFL coaching before he sees the field at the next level. Guard skill set with down-the-road starting potential. So maybe not right away, but could be somebody that we talk about down the road of contending for a starting role with this Seahawks team. And you see Brugler there had a 4th-round grade on him. So, again, incredible value for him to be available in the 6th round like he was. Here is a look at the depth chart for the Seattle Seahawks right now. And as we've told you previously, Charles Cross and Abraham Lucas are pretty much the only sure things at this point. They'll be your bookend starting tackles, but then everything else after that is going to be pretty competitive. You bring in Laken Tomlinson from the New York Jets, a former Pro Bowler in his own right. Olu Oluwatimi is going to be a second-year player and limited playing time last year. He's right now expected to hold that starting center role. And then Anthony Bradford there at the right guard spot, his second season, saw a decent amount of playing time due to some of the injuries that occurred. It's presumed that he's the front runner to be the starter at that right guard spot for now. But you bring in Haynes earlier, who I love a lot, the Seahawks pick from UConn there in the third round. He's going to give Bradford a run for his money for that starting job. May even push Laken Tomlinson a bit too. So you got those guys as well as Sataoa here. I mean, I feel like that this group got a whole lot better over the last couple of days with these moves here going forward. To me, it seems like that the investment is there. We knew that they needed to do something, and boy, did John Schneider and company do their homework and find some good value at this position to really shore up this group, and did so without even using a first-round pick as well. We are continuing to cover your Seattle Seahawks each and every day on Seahawks Today. Still more draft coverage to come here on the channel. Got some grades coming up later. Also, we'll look at the UDFAs tomorrow here on the channel as well. You ain't alive, you ain't subscribed to Seahawks Today by Chad Sports. Join the family. Never miss a moment. YouTube.com/Seahawks TV to stay up to date with what's happening throughout the rest of the 2024 NFL Draft and beyond. All right, let's go over some more statistics I have here for you. In 2023, 803 snaps, no sacks, as we mentioned earlier. Allowed 5 hits, 24 hurries, though. So some pressure allowed, but ultimately he understood the assignment and didn't let defenders get to the quarterback. Run block grade, we mentioned that 68.7. Got called for 4 flags throughout the year as well. And to me, I think that what you're looking at with what this pick means for the Seattle Seahawks, it is saying here that we're going to go open competition, that we have all these different pieces we've brought in from all corners of the earth, right? And we're going to let the best man win. And then on top of that, we're going to have some depth pieces now. Because we saw last year with the Seattle Seahawks, it was so makeshift, right? All the injuries that stacked up, it felt like that we saw a different offensive line every single week. And so even if, let's say, that we have a battle where Bradford and Haynes are competing for one of the starting spots and one of the guys doesn't get it, obviously, then that doesn't mean the competition is necessarily over, that you're going to see this continue throughout the season. As injuries happen, if guys struggle, that the Seahawks have options to work with, some flexibility for new offensive line coach Scott Huff. There you have it, the Seahawks' latest pick. We'll have more coverage throughout the rest of the draft here on the channel, so stay tuned for that. Get your grade, though. Let us know what it is in the comments section for the latest pick of the Seattle Seahawks, A, B, C, D, or F. Let us know in the comments section below. I like this pick. This is probably my favorite pick of the day from the Seahawks so far. I'm going A. Give me your grade in the comments section. Subscribe now for continuing coverage throughout the rest of the NFL Draft. We got you covered here on Seahawks Today. We will see you next time.